Hey everyone, I'm Justin Woodring. Today I'll be giving y'all a crash course in Vi. Now some of you may be wondering, what is Vi? Why should I use Vi? And the simple answer is, because Vi is awesome. No, not really. Actually, in my opinion, Vi kinda sucks. But Vi is everywhere. Vi is the default text-based editor for Unix operating systems, which means that today you can still find Vi on your brand new Linux Mint, Arch, Ubuntu, or random cloud deployment of Linux. Today we have newer editors, and some of them aren't even that much newer, but some of them are much more user-friendly, like Nano, Vim, Emacs. If you have a desktop, something like Code for editing files, I don't know. There's so many options available today, it's not even funny. But Vi is still one of them, and in some cases, Vi is the only one. Because of its small size, and the fact that it's the default text editor for Unix-based operating systems, when people are designing an operating system or designing an environment where you have one editor available to you, they usually choose Vi because it's the default, which means that sometimes Vi is the only option you have, and so you should know how to use it, because in a pinch it pays to not have to spend 30 minutes trying to figure out how to get packages onto a system just so you can use anything besides Vi. So I know for myself and many others that your first experience in Vi is a pretty harrowing one. It's like you start off in, you start off on a terminal, you're like, okay, cool, I'm cool at the terminal, and then, boom, you're in Vi. Now, it's like, oh my god, I'm in the Matrix, I can't get out. How do I get out of this application? That's usually the first thing people are wondering. Because, unlike most other applications, Vi is not very user-friendly, you just have to know how to get out, so you're now in Matrix mode. But, we're here to get you out. I'm going to get you through this, and we're going to go into Vi, and we're going to get back out of Vi without dying today. So, let's get started, shall we? So here we are at the terminal, and we're going to create a file. I'm thinking of making a little web page or something like that. And then we're just going to walk through the commands you need to survive in this Vi environment. So you can see down the corner over here, I have this keyboard, so you'll be able to see what commands I'm pressing, in case somehow the video doesn't give you enough clarity otherwise. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in here, and we're going to do Vi file.html. Very original name. So we're here and we're in Vi. Now, the thing most people are wondering the first time they ever end up in Vi is, how do I get out of Vi? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to quit Vi. Now, first thing you do is you press escape, because sometimes you may be in a mode and sometimes you may not be, because Vi is a modal editor, which means that there are certain modes you can get in. For example, the insert mode, which lets you type text normally, and then if you to type commands, specifically the action commands like quitting and saving a file, you need to be outside of this. So if we just go ahead and do :Q, that's just going to get us right back out. So the thing is, if we make a change to this file, that won't work. So let's say you smash a bunch of keys on the keyboard. At some point, you're probably going to accidentally press the keys required to insert some text on the screen. Now, you try to delete stuff, backspace doesn't work. We've gone into full-on Vim mode and we're stuck in here. It's like, oh, I can't get out. I'm pressing the delete key. Things aren't working. I'm stuck. The arrow keys don't even work the way I expect them to. Nothing's working. I'm in a panic and I cannot figure out to get out of this application. The first time this happened to me, I turned off my PC. Now bear in mind, I was much younger, but still, a bit of an overreaction, but I couldn't figure out how to get out of it, so I just turned the PC off. Now, what you can do is, in any scenario, so see, we're stuck in this half modal thing, so colon's not working the way we expect it to, but if we smash the keys, press escape enough times, you can do :, and then you're just going to do Q, an exclamation point. This will force it to quit under any circumstances. So I'm just going to put those two commands up there right now. Here we go. So we've got these two. We've got the force quit, and we've got the normal quit. But if you modify the file, normal quit won't work. So keep force quit in mind. Now we're going to go back in, and again, the file didn't save, so we're fine. We're starting new. The next thing most people probably going to want to know is, how do I save a file? This is done with W. So this file doesn't have anything in it, but I just wrote it, and that's cool. So I'm going to put that one up there. We now know how to quit files and write files. Now we haven't changed the text in a file at all, but we're getting there, okay? So next thing you're going to want to know how to do is move around in the file. So assuming that this file had text in it, which I'll show you in a little bit, but assuming this file had text in it, you may have more than one line. So we're going to skip over the moving for a second and just get straight to inserting text. Assuming that we don't make any mistakes, we can write an entire file without needing to modify any characters whatsoever. So here we go. Most people are going to be familiar with either I or A. I is the insert character and A is the append character. So I'll show you they're a little bit different, but not much. So I'm just going to click here, and now we are in editing mode. So I'm going to make a doc type HTML file. Boom, everything's working so well. This editor almost seems like it's working the way we expect it to until I press up and this starts happening. So I can't, these arrow keys, they're not going to work. We're going to have to find something else, which is not surprising because it's Vim and that's what Vim does. So now we're going to escape to make sure we're not in any modes, and we can switch to these H, J, K, and L. So H is going to take us, let's go, see, yeah, we can go up. So H is going to take us left, and L takes us right. H takes you left. J takes you down, and K takes you up. So here we go. Left, right, and down, and up. H, J, K, and L. So left, and then down, and then K is going to take you up, and L is going to take you right. Now, and it takes a little bit of work to get used to, but eventually it'll become familiar enough to you that at least if you remember those keys, you can find your way around, kind of fumble around, figure out which direction they're going to take you, even if you do forget. So the next thing you're probably going to want to know is, so we're just going to put those up there, move, so that'll help us navigate a bit there. So yeah, we're going to go down, and so we probably want to get rid of these weird characters that popped up when we started pressing left, right, stuff like that, and who knows even why those appeared. Doesn't really matter. We don't want them there. So next we're going to use the X character. So I'm going to put the insert and show those insert appends real quick. Append, we'll get to that one. It's a little bit different, but they're very similar, and if I doesn't work, you'll see. So we have X. X delete the current character. So if we're not in an insert mode, bear in mind, if you're in insert mode, X is just going to type X, but if you are in no mode, just a normal visual mode, X will delete characters. So think of it as your backspace character for the most part, because backspace technically doesn't work the way you expect it to. And again, this lack of working the way people expect it to is primarily what makes their experience at Vi so miserable and harrowing, and most people just don't want to be in this editor at all for any longer than they have to, and that's fine if you don't want to be in the editor, but you should know how to be in the editor. So we've covered deleting characters, but what about lines? So I still have these lines here. What do I do about these? That's where the next command comes into play, and that is dd. So dd will delete the line you are currently on. So boom, just press dd twice, and you can see in the keyboard that that's exactly what I'm doing. So dd, 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 dd. Now some of these commands, they actually stack. So you can do something like I want to delete 3 lines, so you could do something like 3 dd, and that deletes 3 lines. Now that's getting a bit fancier and a bit more into the semantics of using Vi well, and this is just about surviving in Vi, so we're not going to really get too much into the using Vi well aspect of Vi, but there's a lot of other commands you can look up if you want to actually become proficient at this editor, but we're just talking about being able to use this editor. So now we're going to get into the I and A semantics. If you press I right here, it's going to type something right before the greater than. So it would be like HTML. You could add a class like this, but how do I add onto the end of it? Maybe I don't want to add the class. So again, we press escape and we start editing. We can take these back out. What if you don't want to add a class there? What if you want to just add something on the end of it? Well, that's where A comes in, because you want to append to the end. You see how the cursor shifts right. So we're just going to go like, now we've got the editor back to the way we want it. Typically at this point you're just going to continue writing your HTML. Title is My Amazing Web Page. It's working so well so far. Yeah, and you know, my amazing webpage isn't really that amazing because there's not much content. But oh no, I made a typo. But see, we're becoming more proficient at Vi, so we should be able to correct this issue. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use our H and J, K, L characters to navigate up to the problem, and we're going to press X on it. And once you become a bit more familiar with these, now, again, we're at the end. We don't want to type in the body, we want to type at the end. So we're going to press A, and that gets us back into this insert mode. Then enter works the way expected to. You go to a new line. You want to add some cool content. Again, backspace, it's not going to work the way expected here too. So again, it's going to do weird stuff. So just press escape. And there you go. Now, go back to the append mode. And we're going to do a div. And something like class equals, I don't know. As assuming you had styles, which we don't have, but, my amazing class. Oh no! What if I want to go back in that? Well, I can. I can just go insert there instead of pressing append. Class is my amazing. Oh, well, again, I made a typo because I'm not good at typing. But the important thing is that we can survive in this environment. Now, we're not so bad off that we get confused and angry at the editor. I mean, you know, you might have a few things you dislike about the editor, but you can use the editor. Oh, see, here we go. Boom, there we go, and we're back, and it's working the way we expect it to. So, you know, I honestly, you know, I think that our webpage probably should have some text on it because this is not going to show much at all. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to go add a H1 here. Yes. And again, if you don't know HTML, it's not really important. This is just a demonstration of how you can edit a file. So, I'm just going to go I'm going to go H1. I wrote this web page. Oh, can't type. In Vi. And I survived. There we go. Boom. So, go back over here. Delete that. And we forgot to put our H1, end our H1, but it's fine. We'll just go edit that because we know how to use this editor now, and we're getting good at it. Just go here, boom. Gotta escape out of the mode, otherwise it's gonna not be the way you expect it to. Remember, this is a modal editor. So here we are. My page is done. Look at that. And I think, you know, we just saved the file, we wrote the file. For and large, this is basically what you're going to be able to need to do with Vi in order to use it on any system. So, you know, I hope that this video was helpful to you, and I'm still going to show you the amazing web page because after all of our hard work, we deserve to see what the page looks like. I'm going to show you it looks like absolute garbage, but I'll show it to you anyway. So, here we go. Well, everyone, here we are. We have successfully made a web page, or a web page, because I can't type to save my life. And we made it in Vi. We survived. We went in, and we made it back out. So, I think that we can officially undo the harrowing hacker experience and return to daily life. There we go. You survived Vi, and hopefully you found this video entertaining and helpful. Like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again.